Lion Sha'ala. Alright, we're gonna rise and face the east. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Faba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratazar, Kawa, Haya, Bashemayim, Nafanlinawa, Lakam, Cow, Yubam, Wasalakinawa, Kabawafinawa, Kasalakinawa, Kabawafinawa, Wala'a, Babia Ainawa, Banasa Wan, Abal, Awashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalapa, Waha'ala, Pafa'ara, La'awalamnum, Amen. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever, so be it. The Hakat, the power Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babu Kishar, the Fananawa, Hakat, Larapa'ah, Kalmakala, Kalmadawa, Hakat, Lataha, Amatazaram, Hakat, Lahakiam, Mafiam, Hakat, Arakawaf, Hatama'ala, Lagarishan, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for the Amen. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. The blessings in the Hebrew. Barak Yahweh, wa Yahushai, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Allahayim, Mataza Bi'ah, Allah Wapyahana, Ha Allah Ha Saranyan, Ha Kutazayanyam, Ha Kilayaliam, wa Akwafiam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for water, Amen. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, and the Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ar, Ayanya, Al-Hahayam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ar, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Baratazar, Al-Yifan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayishan, Shavamah, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'a, Yakika, Wayarab, Belayila, Yahweh, Yashimaka, Makarai, Yashima, Afna Pashka, Yahweh, Yashima, Tazafka, Wabawaka, Ma'aifa, Wa'aid, I will. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth, who will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Hayam, Al-Dami al-Ka, Al-Fakarash, wa Al-Fashipat, Al-Kayahana, Al-Yabika, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'irayamwa, Sawadah, wa Yafa, Ya'aitazawar, Al-Tazapawanika, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakadam, Magaya, Wala'a Yazaka, Sham Yasha'ala, Abudah, Kaya, Aitazawar, Laba, Yaka'adwa, Al-Yaka, Ba'yaf, Yakarafwa, Ahalia, Alawam, Wa, Yashimaya, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagayam, Kabal, Wa'aymawan, Wa'aymalak, Balashaf, Ali Shabya, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aymam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalahim, Kamajan, Kasaya Samra, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, the Shamadwa, Ba'ayan, the Ara, Hayawa, the Mala, the Ma, She, Famwa, Nadar Yagmawa, Ira, Wakas Abba, Wakas Abat, Wakas Zamanai, Kalnas Nasa Yikamwa, Asha Amawa, Nair Shah, Wa, Afna Awaf, Alahaya, Shayafamwa, Kugalgala, Kupash, the Panya Raka, Kaash, Baba Ira, Ya Ira, Wakala Ba, Falahat, Harayam, Kag, Faradama, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Pafka, Fabahalam, Malaa, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayab, Kashwa, Shankar, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayab, Hawa, Ajai, Wayakapawa, Waya Abadwa, Wayaka Iwa, Kayafa, Shankar, Yahawa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kaha, Arataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Kabul, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Areb, like Zaeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zamanah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burner for wood, and as the flame set after mountains of fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Amen. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven. This is the blessed. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, shall listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into their sanctuaries, and evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, proselytizing, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let these all the plagues cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake it like coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. All right, we can be seated. Hold on, let me just adjust this camera. All right, any questions, just type them in. We'll also get to those. So as you know, this is the Sabbath service. 7 verses out of the Hebrew, 7 verses out of the English, 7 verses out of the English. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, hold on. Let me just pull up my app. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're in Genesis, the 18th chapter. So I'm going to pull up Genesis, the 18th chapter in, bear with me, in the Hebrew. We're going to do Genesis 18 and 1 in the Hebrew. Why you're Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Baal Nayah, Mama Ra'ah, Wahawa'ah, Yashab, Pafak, Ha'al, Kakam, Hayawam, Verse 2. But why you shah? I na you are. Why you are? Wahanaha. Shala shah. Anashayam. Nataza bayam. Ila yawa. Why you are? Why you ratazar? La quara afam. Mapafaka. Ha'alal. Why you shafa kawa? Aratazar. Why you ama? Adanya. Na'a. Matazafaya. Kan. Ba'ayana wa al na'a fa ibara ma'ila ibada ya kwak na'a ma'aita mayam wa rak tizawa ragala yakam wa ha sha'ainawa fakafa ha'aitaza wa ka pafa lakam wasaidawa labakam aka fa ibaruwa kaya ila kan ibarafam ila ibadakam waya amaruwa kan fa aisha kasha the bar Wayamaha Abraham, which means Abraham, Ahala Al Shara, which would mean Sarah, Wayama Mahariya Shalom, Shalaha Sa'ayam Kwamak Salaf La Wishia. Wa Aisha ya Igawaf. Verse 7. Wa al Habakwa Rataza Abarafa Wayakwak Ban Bakwa Rak Watawab Wayafan Al Hana Ira Wayamaha La Aishawaf Afan. All right, that was 7 verses in the Hebrew. Now let's read 7 verses in the English. So we're going to go to Genesis 18:1 in the English. The book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 1. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself towards the ground and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. So he sent these men, and he decided to show great hospitality. That's what we would do in our time. We would show great hospitality. Lot also done it when those men came to Lot's house. Because those men came to see Lot, Lot was willing to give up his daughters, man. Because why? He promised to protect those men. We've always shown great hospitality. If another man comes to our neighborhood, it's our job to take care of him. Make sure, you know, he has a good time. Make sure no one attacks him or whatnot. But nowadays, you can't even visit another community. Why? Because we lack that brotherhood. As soon as you be from one part of town and you go to another part of town, there's a problem. Whereas back in the days, we would take care of one another. But now all of that's long gone. Hold on. And said, My Lord, if I found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. So now, obviously it would have been hot, and that's saying, rest yourself under the tree, go sit under the shade. And now he's saying, let him wash their feet. Why? Because back then men wore sandals. So if you're walking through the sandals and you're walking on a ton of sand and so forth and rock and whatnot, your feet are going to become dirty from all the rock, which ends up in your sandals. So that's why it said wash his feet. Nowadays, you don't hear that much. Why? Because everyone wears like trainers and so forth to where your feet don't get dirty. Back then, your feet would get dirty because you're walking. There's no such thing as a car back then. Most of the time, you're traveling on foot. So your feet would get dirty through the desert. Your feet would get dirty. So that's why when you read in the description, it says wash their feet. It was a good gesture. Your brother's been walking a long time. You wash their feet, man. You get them some water and so forth, and you wash their feet. Why? Because their feet is going to be dirty from all the sand and soil and everything that's sticking to it, because they've been walking through it. So now, verse 5, and I will fetch a morsel of bread and comfort ye your hearts. After that ye shall pass on. For therefore are ye come to your servant? And they said, so, do it as thou hast said. So they said, all right, then do as you said. Go fetch the morsel of meat. Go fetch the water to wash their feet. They said, all right, do as you've said. Verse 6, and Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, which lets you know there was on call. Imagine how you woman, yo, make some food for the brothers, man. Outside of the Isupk, that don't happen. In here, we tell our ribs, yo, the brothers is coming around, just make some food for the brothers. And Abraham done the same thing, told us, yo, make some food for the brothers. Nowadays, you try and tell a woman, make some food for you and your brothers, it's not going to happen, man. If she's not in the Isupk, it's not going to happen. She ain't going to get no bread, no meat, no water. She ain't going to do nothing for your brothers, man. It's going to be an embarrassment. Your brothers come around and you can't even feed them because you've got they can't even go in the house because you got this brawling woman in there airing your dirty laundry, saying, don't bring them niggas in, don't bring them good for nothing niggas in my house. Listen, man, that's how it is in the world, man, outside of this truth. You can't even bring your friends around because your woman wants to embarrass you every single minute. Now, Abraham had it patterned in a way where his wife obeyed him, man. Sarah obeyed Abraham and he loved her, man. And in here, our wives obey us and we love them, man. We say to our ribs, hey, can you make the brothers some food to come around? And they would do it, man. That's a good woman. Sarah was a good woman. The Bible said something about Sarah, whose daughters ye are, which means the stuff that Sarah did, your sisters are supposed to be doing that and similar, but they ain't doing that. Instead, twerking on the internet is the main thing. Being a whore is the main thing. Going on Instagram and being a vlogger or whatever you want to be, an Instagram model is now the main thing. Where the Bible says, be like Sarah's daughter, Sarah's daughter, so be like her, man. Sarah made food for these brothers, man. Sarah made food for these brothers. So now let's read on. And Abraham hastened into the tent unto Sarah and said, make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham ran unto the herd and fetched a calf, tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, and he hasted to dress it. Imagine how beautiful that is, man. Your meat is there already, man. You don't have to go as there and buy some chicken which is in a rubbery packet full of plastic. Chickens are rubbery. Imagine there's a time where you could just go outside and you just look on your field. That's the calf you want to cook today, man. That sheep, that's the mutton you want today. And it's there, it's fresh. You know where it's been raised. You know how it's been raised. All of those kind of things, man. You know how beautiful that must have been. Once upon a time, that was us. But since we lost the ways of the Lord, we done lost all these privileges. We used to be farmers and all of those kind of things. We knew how to make things grow, man. Nowadays, we don't know none of that. Why? Because we're in captivity under another people. So now we have to buy our meat from Asda. Now we're going to go back into the Hebrew. We're going to read Genesis 18 and 8. We're going to read Genesis 18 and 8 down to 15. So in the Hebrew, why you quack, kama wakalab, what ban, habakwa, ashar, aishar, why you fan, la pan yaham, I mad, I la yaham, fakafar, ha'aitazar, why you akalwa. Verse 9. Why amarab, ala yawa, ayaha, shara, ashafak, why amar, hana'a, ba'ahal, why amar, shawab, ashawab, alayak, ka'aifa, Kayaha, Wahanaha, Ban, Lashara'a, Ashafak, Washra'ah, Shama'if, Pefak, Hal, Waha, Akariwa, Rafam, Washara, Zakwanayam, Ba'ayam, Bayamayam, Kadal, Lahaya Waf, La Shara, Arak, Karnashayam, Wafat Tizak, Shara'a, Bakwa, Rabah, Lama, Akariya, Balafaya, Hayafa'ala, Idana, Wa'adanaya, Zakwan, Wayama, Yahawa, Al, Abraham, Lama, Zahar, Tazakwa, Shara, Lama, Ha'ap, Amanam, Alad, Wa'anaya, Zakwanafa, Hayapala, Maya Hawa, Daba, Lama Wa'ida, Ashawab, Alayak, Ka'if, Kaya, Walashara, Ban, verse 15, Wafakikash, Shara, La'ama, La'a, Tazakwafaya, Kaya, Yara'a, Wa'ama, La'a, Kaya, Tazakwaf. All right, that was the 7 verses in the Hebrew. So now we're going to read Genesis 18 and 8 down to 15. So now let's go to Genesis chapter 18 and 8 in the English. And he took butter and milk and the calf which we had dressed. And now this right here cuts that Jewish nonsense where they say you can't eat meat and cheese together. They say you can't eat meat and cheese together. Let's read what Abraham did. And he took butter and milk and the calf. Listen, man, of course you can. They say, oh, you can't put cheese on a burger. The reason they say that is they don't understand the Bible, man. They don't understand the Bible. It says, and he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree and they did eat. So it was hospital to these men. He fed them. Now the man dressed the calf and he told his rib, go get some bread. So his rib did what he said. The man that served under Abraham did what he said. And these brothers was able to eat a good meal. And he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree and they did eat. And they said unto him, where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. They said, where is Sarah thy wife? Which takes me to another thing, man. Sarah knew when the men are in the crib, she knew not to be all up downstairs in their face, in their business. Sarah stayed in the tent, man. Sometimes you have to do that when you see the brothers there downstairs. Sometimes you have to take yourself upstairs, man. You have to take yourself upstairs, man. Don't be all up in the men's business. That's why the angel said, where is Sarah thy wife? Which lets you know Sarah wasn't all up in their business, man. Everything we say in the UPK is biblical, man. Don't be all up in a man's face because the sister's meant to be shamefaced and so forth. Let's read on. It says, where is Sarah thy wife? Now, if Sarah was in the room all up in their business, they wouldn't have to ask this, man. They said, where is she? Sarah was, doing her own thing, man. It says, and said, behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. Now these angels said to him, yo, I'm going to return to you in such a time. And Sarah, your wife, is going to have a son. What was Sarah before this? Sarah was barren. Sarah couldn't have kids before this. And if most women want a child, man. When women can't have kids, it pains them and it makes them depressed. And they start to look at every woman with kids and be like, I wish I could have kids. It hurts them. And this angel's coming to Abram saying, yo, Sarah's going to have a child. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. And Sarah was in the tent, and she heard this conversation from the tent door, man. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age. And now, obviously, when the sisters are old, they can't get pregnant because, they go through menopause and all of those kind of things. So after a certain age, A sister can't get pregnant no more, man. So they're old and well stricken in age, meaning they're elderly at this stage. And it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? She's old, man, saying, damn, hold on, we're old. We're going to have pleasure, meaning, and you know, most old people don't have sex and whatnot. So she laughed, saying, damn, I'm old. How the hell is that going to happen, man? How am I going to have pleasure? And how am I going to have a baby? I'm well stricken in age. I'm old, and so forth. So she laughed. No, you know when someone tells you something that sounds so far from the truth. She heard it and she laughed, man, because it sounded so far from the truth. But what you need to realize is everything is possible with God, man. Everything is possible with God. Now, with men, not all things are possible, but with God, everything is possible, man. And these men worked for the Lord, and the Lord sent them with a message to Abraham, and the message the Lord sent them with was what? Tell Sarah, in a time she's gonna have a son. And the Lord said unto Abraham, Wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of a surety bear a child which am old? And then it says here, this is why, in verse 14, it says, Is anything too hard for the Lord? Nothing's too hard for the Lord, man. The Lord can do anything he wants. You might be old, the Lord can make you conceive, man. The Lord can do anything he wants. That's what it says right here, is anything too hard for the Lord? Sometimes we underestimate the power of the Lord, man, and we shouldn't, because the Lord can do whatever he wants. The Lord can do anything that he wants. We need to stop underestimating the power of the Lord. And that's what said that she laughed, saying, I'm old, man. This can't happen. Listen, man, anything is possible with the Lord. Hold on. At the time appointed, I will return unto thee according to the time of life. And Sarah shall have a son. And it said, and then Sarah shall have a son. So now let's read one more verse before we go back into the Hebrew. It says, then Sarah denied, saying, I laugh not, for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou didst laugh. And she, she was afraid. She tried to deny it. I didn't laugh, because she was afraid. Because listen, playing with the Lord ain't no joke. She was afraid. She thought they wouldn't hear her laugh. They heard her laugh from the tent door. She tried to deny laughing because she was afraid. Now let's go into the Hebrew. Genesis chapter 18 and verse 16 in the Hebrew. We're going to read down to verse 23. Genesis chapter 18 and verse 16 in the Hebrew. Waya kumawa masham ha anashiyam wa yishak pawa ila panya sadam wa abraham wa abraham halak I mam lashalakam wa Yahweh ama ha amakasa anya ma Abraham asha anya aisha wa Abraham hayawa Yahweh lagawaya gadawal wa I tazawam wa nabrakawa ban kal gawaya harataza. Verse 19, kaya yada ifayan lama I na asha yatazawa afar banayawa wa af bayafawa akariyan washamara arak Yahweh la Aisha waf tazar the kwa wamashapat lama Iwa habaya Yahweh Ila Abraham afar Ashar the bar I le Yawa wa Ya'amah Yahweh za I kwaf Saddam wa I mara kaya rabaf wa ka tafam kaya kabadawa ma'ad, arada na'a, wa'ara'a, ha kataza I kufa, haba'a, alaya, aishawa, kala, wa'am, la'a, adaya, wayapna, masham, ha'anashiyam, wayla kawa, sadama'a, wa abarafam, I wadanawa, I mud, la panya, Yahweh. Verse 23. Waya gush, Abraham, Yama, Ha'ap, Fasapa, Tazar the Yak, Ima, Rashaif. All right, so now we're going to go back into the English. Genesis 18. No, was it Genesis 18? I believe it was at. Yeah. So, all right, verse 16. So we're going to read from 16 in the English down to 23. And the men rose up from thence and looked towards Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And the men looked towards Sodom because they went to visit Abraham, and they looked towards Sodom. What was going on in Sodom at that time? A ton of homosexuality was going on. A ton of LGBTQ was going on. All of that stuff was going on. And these men looked towards Sodom, and Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. So you know when someone's ready to leave your house and you walk them a little bit of the way, Abraham meant to walk these men a bit of the way. And as he's walking them, they look towards Sodom. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham the thing which I do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him. And if you serve the Lord won't hide things from you, man. If you serve the Lord will let you know when this destruction is about to come. You have signs of when this destruction is about to come. How you think we know about World War III and all of these things, man? Why? Because the Lord gave his secrets to his prophets, man, to understand his records. The rest of the world don't know what's going on because they don't serve the Lord and they ain't raising their children right. Now, the Lord, imagine Abraham, just listen to this. Abraham's wife was barren, couldn't have kids. Abraham's such a righteous man. The Lord opened their womb, man. If you're a woman and you're barren, man, if you're a sister and you want kids and you can't have kids, you should change your life, man. The Lord may open your womb too, man. Who knows? The Lord can do anything. Is anything too hard for the Lord? No, it's not, man. You go and do IVF and all of that. You could come in here, serve the Lord, and who knows? The Lord could open up your womb, man. Like the Bible says, is anything too hard for the Lord? And the Lord did what? Rewarded Abraham with a child in his old age, man. Why? Because he goes, I know Abraham will raise his children right. He will raise his children right. Now, there's some people out there who don't deserve to have children because they're raising their children horribly. Some people don't deserve to have children, and some people do, man. But you come in here, man. You're barren. Even if you're not, you come in here and serve the Lord, man. The Lord can do anything he likes. Like it said what we previously read, is anything too hard for the Lord? Let's read on. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he have spoken of him. And what he's saying is, when you serve the Lord will bring these blessings upon you. You want these blessings? Serve God. And the Lord will bring all these blessings up upon you, man. Verse 20, and the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, meaning they've gone too far now. These homosexuals have gone too far now. They're doing the most, man. They're doing all manner of evils. Now, their crime wasn't just homosexuality. It lets you know they was doing all manner of evil. So they was all doing all manner of evil, and their sins had reached up to God, man. That these angels looked on Sodom and sinned and looked at the city. Go ahead. Now the Lord saying, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it. Meaning, these angels went down to get a report of what was going on in Sodom, man. They go down, they get reports, and they return to the Lord with the report. They go down, see what's going on in the city. They get a report. They return to the Lord with that report, and then the Lord gives them an order regarding what that report is. It's like with us, man. They come down, get a report, take the report to the Lord, and the Lord gives them an order. All right, based on this report, go do that to this brother. That brother did that, go bless that brother. That brother did that, go punish that brother. They then come down and punish you. That's how it works. Now, let's read on. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is common to me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Abraham asked them, will they destroy the righteous with the wicked, man? Abraham asked them, will they destroy the righteous with the wicked? Now we're going to go back into the Hebrew. We're going to read seven more verses in the Hebrew. Genesis 18 and 24. We're going to read down to 31. Awaliyah yash ma kamashyam tazadar yakwam ba for wap ha ya ha up fasapa wala fasha lama kwa yawam lama iwan ma kamashayam hatazar de yakwam Ashar bakwa rabah kalala laha la lak ma'aishaf kadaba haza la mayak tazar de yak I ma rashai wa hiya katazar de yak Karash I Kala la lak Ha Shapat Kala Ha Arataza la Ya Aisha Ma Shapat Wa Ama Ya Hawa Amataza Ba Saddam Ka Mashiam Tazar da Yakwam Ba for Yawap Ha I Ya Wa Neshafaya La Kala Ha Makwawam but I but Waram what ya I Ein Abraham Wa ya Ma Ha na Hawa Allah Faya La the Ba Al the Naya Wa Nakaya I pa wa apa wilaya yaka sarayan kama shayab ha tazar de yakwam kama sha ha fasha kiyaf ba kama shaf afa kala ha ya wa ya ma la Ashak Yaf Matazar Sham Arab Ayam Wa Kamasha Wa Yasapa I wad la the bar wa Yama Walaya Yama Tazaf one Sham Arab Ayam wa Yama la Aisha ba I ya ha ara I yam wa Yama al na yaka la adenaya wa are the bar awala ya tazar awan Sham Shalam Wayamala Aisha Amataza Sham Shala Shayam Wayama Hanaha na Hawa Allah Faya Ladaba Al Adanya I will Yamar Sham I Sharayam La Wayama La Ashak Yafam but I Rawa Ha I Sharayam verse 32 What Waya Amar Al Na'a Yakar La Adanaya Wa de Bara Ah Ha Pa'im Awalaya Yama Tazar one Sham Aishara Ayama La'a Ashayaf Ba'irawa Ha'aishara. All right, that was the 7 verses in the Hebrew. Hold on, I'm damn, I forgot where I was. Where was I? 27. That was it. Genesis 18 and verse 27. Hold on, wait a minute. Salakia. No, I was at Salakia. I was at 23. And the Lord and Abraham drew near and said, "Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked?" So Abraham said, "Will you destroy the righteous with the wicked?" Says, "Peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein?" So Abraham was saying, if there's 50 righteous men, we still destroy this. We not destroy the city for the sake of these 50 righteous men. So now he says, that be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And he's saying, if you're going to destroy the city, what about if there's 50 righteous men? Are you going to destroy those righteous men too? That's not right to destroy those righteous men along with the wicked. That's what Abraham's saying. So 26, and the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. So the Lord said, okay, if I find 50 righteous men in the city, for their sakes, I'm not going to destroy this place. And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. So Abraham saying, listen, I'm just a man, but I've took it upon me to speak unto the Lord to try and save these people in the city. So because his cousin was there, why? Lot was in that city, man. So it says, peradventure, there shall lack 5 of the righteous, wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. So the Lord knows there's not that much righteous men in the city. So now Abraham had to narrow his numbers down, because Abraham looked and said, damn, ain't no 50 righteous men in that city. What about if there's 45 righteous men in that city? So the Lord said, all right, if you find 45 righteous men in that city, I won't destroy that city. Let's read on. And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure, there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. Abraham looked at that city again, said, damn, there ain't 45 in this city. I need to lower that number. Let's see if I can find 40 righteous men in that city. So that's why he changed the number. Says, and he said unto him, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Because he knew he was asking the Lord too much questions, man. He's saying, let not the Lord be angry. Because Abraham kept asking questions, went from 50 to 45 to 40. Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure, there shall 30 be found there. And now he's asking for 30. Now he's took 10 off that number, man. He looked at the city again and said, damn, I tried to find 50, couldn't do it. Tried to find 45, I couldn't do it. Tried to find 40, I couldn't do it. He said, damn, man, you know what? Let me go for 30. What if there's 30 righteous men in that city? So he said, then I will speak. There shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, behold, now I have taken it upon to speak unto the Lord. Peradventure, there shall be 20 found there. And he looked again, couldn't even find 30 righteous men in that city, because that city was full of sinners and wicked men. He couldn't even find 30 in that city. There shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20's sake. The Lord said, if you find 20 there, I won't destroy it. Now he shaved off 30. Now he's trying to find 20 righteous men in that city. And he said, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Because Abraham's asking the Lord a ton of questions, man. Every day he's coming back with a different report. This number, this number, this number. Started off at 50, now he's all the way down to 20. He goes, and he said, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure, 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. The Lord said, I won't destroy it if you find 10 righteous men. First it was 50. Every time Abraham looked at the city, the number kept going down and down and down. weren't no righteous men in that city. Now the numbers are trying to find 10 righteous men. And the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communion with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place. Now, when it says the Lord, it's talking about the men who worked for the Lord, the angels. They worked for the Lord. So that's what he's talking about. So they went their way. Abraham returned unto his house. What we just read there, we read all of Genesis, the 18th chapter. Next week, we'll start in Genesis, the 19th chapter. That brings us to the end of the Sabbath service. I imagine. Lawyer Sha'ala. Damn, that's some good wine. Damn, that's some good wine there. So lucky. I might finish the bottle of the class. So lucky. All right, we're going to rise and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, in the English, the Lord's Prayer. Abba Noah, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamkar, Yahweh, Malakukar, Faba'ah, Ratazakar, Hayah, Baishah, Ba'aratazar, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Mafanda Lakom, Ka, Yuwam, Basalaki Noah, Kabawafi Noah, Kasalaki Noah, Kabawafi Noah, Wala'ah, Fabi'ai Noah, Banasa 1, Abol, Hawashai Noah, Mayan, Rai, Kiyah, Lakar, Hamalakov, Baha'ala, Ba'araf, La'avalamium, Aman, in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. I'm going to do the Hakat, the power structure. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babu Shah, Fadlin our Hakat, Ra'pa'ah, Kalmakalah, Kal Madawa, Hakat, Latahar, Hamatazariah, Hakat, Lahakriam, Hamafiam, Hakat, Arakawaf, Katama'ala, Lakarisham, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Fuwada Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the prayer against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. The blessings in the Hebrew, Barakah Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wa Yaka'ala, Wa Alahayim, Mataza Bi'ah, Alawapihana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Sabranium, Ha Patazayanium, Ha Kaliyalium, Wa Akwafium, Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, for Wada Amam. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahayim, Ma'yan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aishah, Shemam, Ba'aratazah, Alifan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shemaka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayishan, Shama, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemaka, Yahweh, Tizalka, Al-Yad, Yamyamka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayrak, Balayla, Yahweh, Yashimaka, Makarai, Yashima, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashima, Tazafka, Waka, Ma'aifa, I alone. In the English, I will lift my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord, the Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damayalakar, Alpha-Karash, Alpha-Shakwat, Al-Kayahama, Yabika, Yahama Yuan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Savadal, Waifa, Ya'aitazawal, Al-Tazapuwanika, Amawa, Lakawa, Wanakakadam, Magaya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwadar, Kaya, Nawaitazawal, Laba, Yakadwa, Al-Yaka, Bayaf, Yakarafwa, Hahaya, Alawam, Wa Yashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagayim, Gubal, وأيمن وأيمن لا كل شخص أي شابيا تزوو كم أشوو نلوا أيمام أيوا زارواي لبني لوا سلا أشالهم كمجد كسياسرا كيابيان من كال كياشوا نشمدوا وأيام دأرا أيوا دمنا لما شيء فامبا ندا يبموا كأيرا وكذا أبا وكذا با وكذا مناي كال نسي كمبا أشا أماوا نرشا لنوا أف نواف على هيا شيء فامبا كغاغلا كقاش لبني ركا كأش فما أيرا وكذا فلا هاريم كان فردقما بس أيركا وبصا وبفكا وباهلم بانيهم فلوان ويا وقشوا شمكا يهوى يبشوا ويبهلوا أي ويا كباوا ويا أبادوا ويا أيوا كيافا شمكا يهوى لبادكا ألوان الكها أراتزا. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make it to moat, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the book of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make the nobles like Areb and like Zeb, yea, all the princes of Zabah and the Salmanah. He said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. All my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burning for wood, and as the flame set of the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. All right, okay, it says, blessed be you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, some evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us by prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Some evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure and the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school, force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Some evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pastor Kamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, army, navy, air force, marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels and the radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the ages that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake it by coming in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. Now we're going to do the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Noah, Wa Isha'ala, Wahal Bayaf, Suparium, Barak, Rapah, Magan, all Israel. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Fawada Alman. What we just said was Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. All right, with that, I say shalom. We'll be here next week. We'll be here. We got classes Monday through Friday. We'll be here Monday, 7 p.m. till 9. All right, shalom, Israel.